Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The winding road to the Super Bowl continues here in the divisional round, where two teams look to take another step towards the Super Bowl. It's the Texans going up against the Raiders. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, apart from a 13-year gap in L.A., we are at the home of the Raiders since 1966. But how much longer will they be playing football in Oakland, California? Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. This is Lamar Miller. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Romo now on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Hey, we're going to rally. All right, here we go. Wide 88.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard, down to about the 22 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there, because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I don't know about you, partner, but on second and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
Now on first down. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Here we go.
Carr. And this is caught. It's Cooper. Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
We ready? Wide 88. Wide 88. Zebra, baby, alert. We ready? Alert.
So now it's first and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. As we get a glance at these starters, Michael Crabtree is the man we highlight at wide receiver.
Phenomenal hands, so strong. When the ball gets to him, it just dies right there, and then he's able to do things with it after he catches it.
All right, here we go. Wide 88. Wide 88.
On second down, here's Carr. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Whitney Merciless is rapidly becoming one of the top outside linebackers in the game. As well he should. With that name, he's got to be great.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go. Right, 20. Half. Gun.
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. Miller, the lone setback. On 2nd down, here's Romo. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a 1st down throw. Romo. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Aldon Smith had an absolute off-the-charts rookie season. and continues to be one of the best playmakers at outside linebacker.
Second down following the incompletion.
Check, check, check. Here we go.
Second and 10. Romo once more. Completion left side to Miller. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Let's go now.
Third and 2, it's Romo. And this is going to be incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
We ready? Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8.
They go play action here on first down. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. It's caught at the 10. A big play there. Carr to Cooper. And even 50 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys did not play offense.
They'll come out in the pistol. Carr to throw on second down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Clive Walford from 8 yards out. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Let's go now. Right, 20. Go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
To throw is Romo. And this one complete to Will Fuller. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. Miller. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Again, it's Miller. And an alley to run. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Miller, the lone setback. Now Romo dumps it complete to Miller. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Throwing on third down, Romo. And incomplete here on third down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses have we talked to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Oh, look at the strength. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Raiders are able to to strike quickly for 6. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Janikowski now for the point after. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now it's Romo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now a quick handoff, and this is the fullback, Prosh. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now a first down throw. Romo. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Second down now after the pass completion. They come out here in the eye. They'll toss it to Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Romo, and he's got him over the middle. Fedorowicz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now it's Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A host of Raiders in on the tackle.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
So third down, just 1 yard to go. They'll try to run for it with Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 38 yards. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. And they're going to go soft on the corners.
All right, here we go. Zebra. 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 All right, here we go.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He's got Cruz complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
All right, here we go.
Carr now on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Carr to throw on second down. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Carr will try it again on second down. Crabtree with it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Simple slant route, and partner, really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got it at the 15. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands.
Because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Here we go. Hey, we go rally. Rally. Hello, baby. Alert. Alert.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. This will be caught at about the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver?
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And the lead is up to 14. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Let's go now.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Set. Right. 20.
The final shot before the break. Romo surveying the field. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Here we go. Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8.
Carr now on first down. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They come up in an offset eye. Now Carr. Cooper's got it. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Carr, and this one complete to Seth Roberts. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion.
Here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Carr to throw again. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. A 1st down carry now for Miller. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Here's Romo now on 2nd down. It's complete to Fuller. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. 3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a 1st down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
They come up in an offset eye. Now Romo dumps it complete to Miller. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the pitch goes to Miller. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Gun! Here we go. Left 35.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Romo. That's caught at the 1. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Tony Romo taking it in. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Hey, we're going to rally. Rally.
They come out here in the eye.
Hey, we're going to rally. Hey, baby. 5 and 8.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Now Carr going to give to Olawale. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
All right, here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally.
To throw his Carr. Brought in by Walford, right side. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
2nd down following the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
All right, here we go. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Zebra. Zebra. Here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Carr now on 1st down. Over the middle of Amari Cooper. It's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come up in an offset eye. Now Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Right 18.
Off play action. Romo. That's caught at the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 58 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Here we go. Red 18.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Here's Wolford over the middle. Back now in the East Bay. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Carr now on first down. Caught left side to Crabtree. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. First and 10. Here's Carr. Over the middle. Cooper with it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They come out here in the eye. Another shot now for Olawale. And he gets it down to the 32. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side to the tight end Wolford. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays. Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Carr to throw on second down. Out on the right, this is Cruz. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he fires one incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Another pistol look here. To throw his Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield. Got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Back to throw. Romo. He's got time. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a third down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. From the gun on third down, Romo. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And a gain there of 11 yards.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Lamar Miller gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. To throw on second down is Romo. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Janikowski on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. Another pistol look here. At after the interception. Here's Romo. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that'll be good for a Houston first.
Check, check, check. Ready.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Here's Romo now on second down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Romo. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
And past the 30, down to about the 27. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here's Proschnow, the fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They come out here in the eye. Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 3. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
All right, here we go.
To throw his car. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So 2nd and 10 here.
We ready?
Now Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Caught left side to Crabtree. A big play there. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And as the fourth quarter winds down here, we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
Here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal.
Hey, we go rally.
They come out here in the eye.
Red 18. We go rally. Rally.
3rd down and goal from the 8. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.